Welcome back to Hanging with Liz. So this is the DIY glitter ornament part 2. I am sorry it's taken so long for me to get it up. So what I'm about to do is do the polyacrylic inside the ornaments. So it definitely worked. We tested it with this blue one in the first video, and then I'm gonna polyacrylic these and then let them sit, and then I'm gonna come back on tomorrow once they're dry and do the second part of part 2. So it'll all be in this one video, but I just want to let you know how that's gonna work. So I have new cups out, so that way after I put the polyacrylic inside them, I can put them inside a new cup, because these ones have a lot of stuff going on in them. So that's what we're about to do. Alright, so I'm going to open up my polyacrylic. And this part will be pretty quick and easy. I think I'm even gonna probably just do a couple of them and then stop it instead of recording me doing every single one, because then it gets repetitive. And that'll also save time to do the second part. Okay, so it might have helped if I was more prepared. So again, we're gonna take something and we're just gonna stir that polyacrylic, because there is definitely some chunks that are on here. So I'm just going to get those off the edge of the can. And then I'm just going to give it a good stir. And put that there. And then I'm going to take my syringe, which I cleaned with hot water, and it worked really good. So if you do this, you should be able to just clean your syringes out with hot water, and they should clean up really nicely. So I'm gonna, if you hear that, that's bubbles filling up. Slowly pull it up and fill my syringe. And then I'm going to grab an ornament. And I'm going to take the polyacrylic and I'm going to squeeze it in there. And now with the blue ones, it was hard. The blue one was hard to see where the polyacrylic was coating the inside. But these, I feel like I'll be able to see better. So I'm just going to do little over one full thing of it. Oh yeah, that's really nice, because I can see where I'm coating with the polyacrylic, so that's a lot easier to know. Actually, if I do it over this, then I can just drain the excess. Oh no, I shouldn't have did that because it has glitter in it. Oops. Uh-oh. I did not think of that. Alright, well, I'm going to grab a plastic spoon. It's hard to see, too, because of the color of the glitter. Well, you know what? There's really not a whole lot I can do about that. Just be careful of that and don't do that, because you don't want that to happen. So now we're going to take another one. Well, first I'm going to take my syringe, because it is easier to do with an empty hand. And fill it. So I guess you really want to be mindful of how much you do. So I'm going to see if I can get an exact measurement for these. So that way I'm not wasting it, because once you put it in here with the glitter, you can't reuse it because now it has glitter. Unless you were going to reuse it for the same ornaments and you were going to dump it into a container and then you were going to suck it out of that container to use for those ornaments, then I guess you could reuse it. Okay, that looks fully coated. Do another one. Jumping. You can hear a lot of loose glitter in here. Alright, so I'm doing a full one. And then let me see the measurement of where I'm doing. So I'm doing about 1.5. Well, that's about 1.5 of these. And then I'm just swirling it around like I did before. And then I'm just taking the cup and just trying to make sure when I pour it in the cup that I'm turning it to make sure all sides are coated and that it's coming out each side. And remember, it does look really cloudy and ugly right now, but this stuff dries clear. Alright, those are the trash cups. So, I'm going to finish these up, and then I will be back once these are fully dry to do the next part to finish these off. Alright, I am back. Sorry, do not mind how I look. I am rushing this morning because it is Christmas Eve, and I gotta hurry up and get these done because then I gotta get ready to leave. But, so I'm working on part 2 of part 2. So the second part to part 2 of the ornaments. So this is one. I did a little test round on it. So I already have my vinyl cut. So I have my snowmen together. I cut the vinyl. I found these in Cricut Design Space. And I took the noses and I put them on the sheet, and then I just put my transfer paper over the whole thing. Disregard these right here for now. I'll show you that. You'll probably see that in my vlog. But so I got transfer tape. Now normally I wouldn't waste transfer tape, but because I am in a hurry this morning, I decided to just do one piece over the whole thing, and then I can cut each individual face and put it on that way. So now when you're doing these, you also need to keep in mind that there is another little trick that you got to do. Alright, so I'm just going to put those to the side. So, alright. So you need to, let me lower the camera, sorry. Alright, so I got my face, and I'm going to go over it really well on both sides. And then I'm going to lift the backing. And now it's on here. Now, you may have to take and just put like a slit on each side because it is a rounded surface. So I had to do that on the other one. Oh, first, I did not put the cap in. So the easiest way to do this is do not leave the cap down like that with the prongs. Pull it up if you can. And then you would take your ornament and put the cap over it and let it go inside, and then it goes in a lot easier. So I'm going to put the caps on all of my ornaments real quick. And then we will do the faces. Okay, so I am back. And I got my ornaments all together. So now I'm going to take it and I'm just setting it on this cup. I wish I had something better to put it on, but that works. And then I'm just taking my face, well, the snowman face, and I'm just trying to eyeball it on the best I can. And then I'm going to set it on there. That was a little off. Let's see. I got lucky that that pulled up, because usually once it's on, it's on. But that's why if you just barely set it and lift it, you can kind of see a little better. Alright, so I'm just going to go with that. So I started with the nose on the last one. I started with the centerpiece, and I just rubbed that down really good. And then I did the eye. And then the mouthpiece. Now lift that up, and then I can fix that down better. So now once you have it on there, after rubbing it really, really good to make sure it's adhered, you can take the transfer tape off. And then you just want to make sure you go over it really good again and make sure it's really rubbed on there and on there really nicely. That's so cute. Ooh, I'm excited to have these coming together. All right, let's do another one. All right. Just do a couple slits in it just to make sure it goes on. And just kind of pick where you do them, where you think would be best. I don't really know how to explain to you how to do that. And I'm not overthinking it. I'm just putting it on. Because if I overthink it, that's where I'm not going to get it on properly. Because that's what I do. So, now this one, this is what I had to do with the dots on the other one. I have to start with one side and then push it down. And then just kind of take the transfer tape. You may find you have to do another slit in it while it's on the snowman. And then just kind of pull it down. And it's easier when you're doing it to be able to tell what you need to do. It's hard for me to explain it. But this black vinyl is Cricut. It's a roll of Oracle 651 Cricut vinyl. And this stuff cut really nicely, and it weeded out really nicely. The orange vinyl is from a pack of vinyl that I got off Amazon. I can link both vinyls in the description below. And again, this is not sponsored. Alright, another one done. So I'm going to fly through the rest of these, and I will show all of them at the end when they're all done. All right, they are all done. I am so excited. So one thing I would recommend, and I should have did, was rubbing alcohol on the ornament before you put the vinyl down. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I would definitely recommend if you do these, make sure you rubbing alcohol the outside of it, because it cleans off any debris or anything that's on the ornament, and then it helps the vinyl stick a lot better. But these are all done. So quick and easy. I mean, the longest part is waiting for everything to dry. But I did it all dries fairly quickly. I did the polyacrylic last night, and then this morning it was dry. So that was the polyacrylic on the inside to seal the glitter in. So remember, first you polyacrylic inside the ornament. Let that drip out into a little cup or something for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, until it's no longer dripping. Then you put your glitter in there, shake it up, coat the inside, and then let that dry, preferably overnight. Once that's all dry, then I put the polyacrylic on the inside to seal that glitter in. And then let that sit overnight, and then you can do your faces or whatever you're going to do on them. And this is one without a face. This is Lily's that already had her name on it. She didn't want a face. She just wanted me to keep it with her name on it. So I did that for her. So that is it for the DIY glitter ornaments. Again, sorry it took so long. Sorry for me looking like a mess right now. But I am about to clean this stuff up, and then I need to go run and get ready because we got things to do. So I will talk to you guys later, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions about anything, let me know in the comments below, and I will respond and let you know. Thank you again.